Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome back. It's episode 62 of Career Mode. Can you imagine if, my voice changed and from now on I sounded like that in every commentary I did? I always wondered, how much my accent impacts your enjoyment of my commentaries. Hey, listen, some critics will say they can't stand the sound of my voice, but we're back today, guys. Welcome back, episode 62 of Career Mode. More games of Serie A after an impressive start. 2 draws and 2 wins in our first 4 games right now. Unbeaten in our opening starts of the season. More games of Serie A, and we'll have our first games in the Europa League as well. Kicking off with the Dutch side, NEC, at home as well. So, yeah, there's loads to get through today, guys, so let's crack straight on. It will be Napoli away. Sorry, I'll stop now. Napoli away as we take on the lads from Naples, who I believe will be a top 4 rival of ours this season. So, we do want to qualify for the Champions League. Wins against these sort of teams, like our win against Juventus in our last game, will be priceless. Let's start off with the 3 points here. Forza Bologna. Okay, I promise I'll stop now. Yeah, it's something that I've been thinking about recently because to let you guys behind the curtain, there's a chance that in a few years' time I might require jaw surgery. Basically, for those that have followed me for a while, you'll know my teeth are completely messed up, and I'm very lucky to have braces on right now, but unfortunately, due to how bad my mouth is, to put it plainly, I might need something called double jaw surgery. And when that happens, or I should say if that happens, it means that my mouth is going to be I think wired shut for about 2 or 3 weeks, so I won't be able to record any commentaries. This is a long way off, obviously, a couple years off at least, I'd say. So don't worry about that. I'm not going to disappear anytime soon. But obviously during that time I won't be able to record commentaries. And I've always wondered what would happen if, for some strange reason, it also affected the way I sounded as, oh, what a start, right from kickoff, Amin Sissoko's first goal on his debut. I've always wondered what would happen if it affected the way I sounded, because the position of my jaw would change. Would you still watch me? Would you still watch my videos if I had that funny high sounding voice like that? Or if I just sounded really different? Would you still put up with me knowing that I don't sound the same way anymore? You know? I've always wondered how loyal would you be at that point if I sounded completely ridiculous? I must say, that was a wonderful team goal, that, but unfortunately it's cancelled out instantly. Rasmus with the finish, and Napoli find their leveller right for, well, not right for kickoff, soon afterwards. So 1-1, and our clean sheet streak can end after 3. But I must say, moving the ball around really nicely to start the season off. That goal there was really nice. Now Sarkisian gets away, offloads to Casadei, and he couldn't get through. Passing really well right now. Yeah, I always knew my teeth were messed up. I didn't think they were that bad. Thankfully, since I've had the braces on for, goodness, nearly 3 years now. Wow. And that should show you just how bad my teeth are, or at least were, that they've needed 3 years of brace treatment and not even done yet. Goodness gracious, they really were like fangs, you know, not a great look. But I didn't realise that they were so bad that the orthodontist, when I first went for treatment, she told me that basically if I don't get the braces now and jaw surgery later down the line, my upper teeth could start falling out because the gum is eroding. So my upper teeth could fall out if I don't get the treatment. I was like, well, it's not ideal, knowing at 40 years old I'd have a pair of false teeth, you know. Oh dear. I don't do anything to dispel the stereotype that British people have bad teeth. It's a real meme. British people have awful teeth. It's not universally true, but it is in my case. As Cesar Casadei goes all the way and bends in the goal to restore the lead. I must say, playing some good football with this Bologna side, and that is Cesar first since joining. Fantastic goal again. Easy. Oh, what a turn. What a turn that was. And Rasmus with another. What a goal. What a game. Rasmus just banished Caleb Okoli to the shadow realm. I mean, that was ridiculous. Wonderful little Ronaldo chop. And, Caleb gets his own back there. This has been a cracking. You know those games that are just so fun from the... Go on, Sarkisian. Oh, look at the space. Look at the space going all the way. Look at the space. Open him up. And oh, my goodness. How did I just mess that up? Serves you right for trying to score a cheap cutback, Doxy boy. Honestly, what was that? Kovacevic! First of the season for the new captain. 3-2 bailed out. What a game. Funnily enough, I had a Kovacevic centre-half Croatian in my Docks to Glory save a couple of years ago. So that's so cool how I've got him back in this one. I've always said I'd love for that feature to be in career mode. The ability to transfer players across saves. This Sissoko hits the dagger, and that will do it. It looks a bit different to the Kovacevic we had in the Docks to Glory save, man. You'll remember that if you watched it. We called him the Commander. Croatian centre-half Kovacevic. It's so funny we got 1-0 Bologna, but his goal, and that one ensures we will win a 6-goal for that. Is one of the games of the save, and certainly our best since joining Bologna as well. Sissoko with a double, Kovacevic and Casadai's first of the year too, and 3 points away in Naples. Right, let's go next up. First game of the 8 in the Europa League phase, and yeah, the past 2 European competitions we've been in, we won them both. But of course, that was with Ipswich, starting with the Europa League and then last year winning the Champions League. It's one of the reasons why Bologna hired me, man. They've asked me to win it this season in our debut year at the Stadio Renato Dall'Ara, but it's also my aspiration as well. I've got pedigree, back-to-back European finals, back-to-back European trophies. Let's make it 3 in a row with 2 different teams. But it all starts here, Forza Bologna. Oh yeah, he's a European merchant, Doxy boy. He's a European merchant. He can't cut it domestically. No domestic honours in 6 years. But oh yeah, Europa League, he can win that. Oh yeah, he's a fraud, absolute fraud. And no doubt about it. Oh, what a finish. We'll be going for it this season, but we got to win something with Bologna. It's our first season. I know it's a rebuild year. We got to win one of the 3 available. This, I would say, is the most winnable. This is not an ideal start. Well, the only concern we got this season, again, is the small squad, and so playing Thursday night football. Hold on. Oh, straight at the keeper. Thursday night football means things aren't exactly going to be simple if we have any injury problems. We know we've already got one man down in Pacho, and this is not an ideal start to the game. Still trailing, and safe to say I've not been at my best in this one, not by a long shot. This could be 2, and it will be 2. Oh, it should have been 2. Michel, what a save. When there's 8 games to play, there's plenty of time to turn it around, but my goodness, I have not had a good game out there. Match day 1 at home to NEC. With all due respect, this should have been a bit of a banker, really. And instead, it's Hassan clips one to the far post. It's punched away. Flip back in. There's Raimondo. There is the level. A bit of a scramble. Scrappy goal will take it. 23 to find a winner. So Heung-min Son as well. Why not? Why not? It's match day 1 in the Europa League phase. Even if you don't find a winning goal, it's not a disaster, so to speak. Plenty of time. I'd love to see if the South Korean veteran can bail us out. As Ferguson almost got away, and it's hoofed clear as well. It's all hands on deck for NEC now. The momentum's totally... There he is. Go on, Son. Go on. Go on. Son! Oh, come on! First goal of the season. And it might well end up being his last in pro football, because I'm not going to go to him many times this season, but perhaps he's saying life in those old bones yet. And he's not retiring. He's not retiring either. He's just on an expiring deal. But Heung-min Son, that veteran presence. You always want a veteran leader in your team, man. And Son is one of football's nice guys. As we know, everyone loves him. I love him. He's such a great role model for the kids. Great player as well. He's been so loyal to Spurs over these years, and now ending his career in the Serie A with Bologna. Oh, good save, Michel. Might have hit an important winner. Honestly, I love Son, man. He's such a nice bloke. He really is. You see some great Instagram reels of some of the ways he interacts with the crowd and with other people. And he's such a nice guy. You know, he really is. What a great feeling it must be for any young South Korean footballer to have him as your country's leader, your country's big role model in sports as well. I mean, he's just such a great bloke. And for Spurs as well, you know, obviously gutted for them, of course, to lose Harry Kane, don't get me wrong, but as their kind of like star man now, Hey, listen, he's not a bad replacement, honestly. He's a top bloke. I'm a huge fan. Footballers that are also just nice people. I love that, man. I really do. Anyway, came up with a game winner there. Came off the bench, brought on the vet, and I did not expect that. Bangs in the game winner, and Bologna come from behind to win and extend the unbeaten start to the season. I really hope he wins something at club level, man, because, you know, for everyone talking about how Harry Kane is still currently trophyless at club level, Son is the same. You know, tremendous football player, but a great guy. And I want them both to win something. Kane at Bayern and Son at Spurs. I don't want them to end their careers trophyless, man. That would be such a shame. But anyway, hopefully he'll win the Europa League with us and maybe the Coppa Italia and the Serie A treble as well. Because for our following game, returning back to matters in the league but staying at home, welcoming Udinese, who we did a brief career mode with last year on FC 24. Aiming to remain undefeated, as only one of two sides still yet to taste a loss. And a win in this game could possibly send us top as well. Forza Bologna. Obviously, you know, people talk about Spurs and trophies. And, you know, it's a shame they just haven't managed to get over the line despite some runners-up appearances in the Champions League, lest we forget Champions League final, runners-up and an EFL Cup as well. But I don't see why they can't win a trophy this year. You know, I really don't. I mean, Premier League, okay, fair enough. Most important thing for them is get back in the Champions League. I wouldn't even think about possibly going all the way to win the title. Just get back in the top four, get back in the Champions League. But this year, Carabao Cup, they've knocked out Man City and they've got Manchester United next month in the quarterfinals. When the FA Cup comes around in January, we'll see who they've got. But also, the Europa League as well is still technically a major honour and worth going for. So I don't see why Sarkisian bangs in the opener for his third of the year already. He's off to a flyer this season. I don't see why they can't win a trophy this season. I wouldn't even think about the Premier League trying to pull off a shot there. But again, Carabao Cup, EFL Cup, right now in the last eight, and the Europa League as well. Sorry, I just said Carabao Cup twice. Carabao Cup, EFL Cup. You know what I'm trying to say. Carabao Cup, Europa League and FA Cup. One of those three, they're all winnable. For this Spurs team, which is a good team, they're all winnable trophies. Obviously, it's well documented. They had a phenomenal chance in the Carabao Cup several years ago. And getting to the final. And as we all know, infamously, Jose Mourinho was sacked a few days before the final. And it's widely speculated the reason why was because if he was to win Spurs a major honour, he would be due a major payout, and Daniel Levy didn't want to pay that, so he sacked him. And Ryan Mason took charge. Everyone loves Ryan Mason, of course, after what he went through. Such a resilient man, and football's always going to have his back. But let's be honest here, a bit of a difference in quality between he as an interim manager and the great Jose Mourinho. And of course they came up short, which, by the way, we don't know if that's true. No one actually knows whether that's true or not. But if it is true, how bad is that? I mean, honestly, that's unprecedented, I think. That's just awful, isn't it, really? Giving up the chance to end a major trophy drought in a historic moment just because you didn't want to fork out a few million. It shows you why Spurs have got so much money and why Daniel Levy is such a great businessman, but safe to say, he certainly wasn't happy with the Spurs faithful if that was the reason why. Of course, we'll never know for sure. Even so, in terms of major honours, well, I said it, for this season, we've got to win something. And based on this start of the campaign, hey, listen, treble, I think it's a bit too early to think about that. But we're on a great winning run right now. It is 5 on the trot in all competitions and still unbeaten in the league as well. But despite our great start domestically, which I rarely got to say with Ipswich Town, I still think this is our best shot of silverware this season. And whilst I will be rotating players within the league phase itself, it's definitely what I would call the most winnable of the 3 competitions. Next up, Real Betis home on match day 2, Forza Bologna. We've got our former number 1 returning against our current number 1 in this game. And again, as we said it might seem like a step back as Aguirre-Zabala, who makes the save there right on cue, is a few ratings higher than Michel, but again, it's a step back for steps forward in the future. You've got to remember that, man. That's the plan in this rebuild here. Short-term loss, but long-term gain. I feel certain as Sarkisian is denied, Hassan flicks it back in, and it's cleared away. I don't mind taking a step back in terms of quality if our side gets younger, which it has. It's going to be Coyotes all day. There we go. Back to Michel. Number 1 to Kovacevic as we'll pass our way forward. Still tied at 0-0. Won't be a bad point against one of the strongest sides in this Europa League, but there's Ferguson. Oh, Ferguson crosses his man over. Had him stumbling. Lewis Ferguson. Oh, what a goal! Well, he said it since he arrived in Italy. He's taken to life in Bologna like a fish to water. And even though he's in his 30s, we're getting younger. I want him to stay till retirement, man. He's loved in Italy. And that is a sensational solo goal for his first of the season. I often say, if you put your man on the floor, you got to finish the move off. It's like a crossover in basketball, man. You've got to hit the jump shot. Otherwise, it totally negates falling the defender. And Lewis Ferguson's done that. Puts his man on the floor, beats the defenders, and smashes it in for the opening goal. What a solo effort. A couple of fantastic goals today. A wonderful team goal for our... Oh, well in, Kovacevic, opener against Napoli, and then, but the rebound flicked back in and turned in. And then a great solo goal there. Yep, some lovely goals today. That one a bit unfortunate, but Batiste find their level at 1-1. And just like the NEC game, is there going to be a late winner? It's always a bit of a tease if you're watching like a YouTube compilation of like some of the best dribblers in recent years. You know, your Neymars, your Messi's, Ronaldo's, Coutinho's always one of my favourites to watch. And they have this great run, but they don't finish the play. It's like, it would have been so much better had you offloaded for the assist there or managed to squeeze in the strike as well. But thankfully, we got it right there with Ferguson. But is there a... ref, really? We had a great chance there for a 3-on-4. But we'll take it. We'll take the point. It means we stay unbeaten. The winning run ends after 5. We stay unbeaten to start the season off in all competitions. For this Bologna side, new team, going for a rebuild. I think it's 11 signings for the summer. Big departures too. We're doing well, man. We'll take that point. Yeah, in terms of players who I don't think have ever really got their flowers over the years, Philippe Coutinho for me is one of those players. I tell you what it is, I think it's just because of the Barcelona move. It's like it never really worked out. I mean, you know, he wasn't disastrous for Barcelona, obviously, but he obviously had the loan spells whilst he was there. And let's just say they didn't get the return on investment. Let's just say that. He wasn't disastrous for the club. They didn't get the ROI they were hoping for, considering the mega money he went for. But yeah, I think there were times where he was just unplayable at Liverpool, honestly, man. And I thought he had a great stint at Bayern as well. But anyway, jumping into the following game, Como, who have had a great start to the season this season, away in the north of Italy, bordering Switzerland, of course. And heading into this game, we might still be behind Juve, who lead the way. But again, a win in this one, and we will go top of the table after what has been a really impressive start. So let's keep it going and get a big 3 points here to go into pole position for the first time this season for Bologna. Como, of course, having a great rise due to the investment as they've just banged in the opener to make it 1-0. And what a spot to go and play football as well. Kits are really clean for this year too, obviously the Uber sponsorship, but yeah, great place to go and play football. And I'm not surprised with the investment. They're now starting to attract some big names as well. And Sarkisian with the hurdle, looking like he's playing Madden as his shot's blocked and it's cleared away. But yeah, it won't be an easy game. Como off to a great start this season, and if we are to return to winning ways, we have to be at our best here. Raimondo couldn't get a shot away. I swear, this is always my problem. When I've got a chance to do something, I always bottle it. Do you know what I mean? Like, if this wasn't a game where we could go top of a win, we'd probably win it, you know? But it's just the added pressure of knowing that a win does take us top. I'm like, Wait, did a ghost just sneak in? Here's Hassan down the left-hand side. Tries his luck and hits the post as it spins behind for a goal kick. Bizarre effort. To go for the break, and it was almost 2 there. Michel with the save. Man, this has been a toughie of a first half. You can see why Como are right now playing so well, and why they're right next to us in the table, as that's going to be an easy claim to be fair. Now, quick. Okay, alright. Hassan, it's all on you. That's not a great start, but it's okay, we'll get it back. As we're still down by 1. Plenty of time. Oh, great work from Hassan, and Casadei belts in the leveler. Plenty of time, man. Clock's our friend. That's the advantage to conceding early. I often talk about it, man. But if you have conceded early, don't panic. Do not panic. The clock is your friend. Lots of time to turn the tide. And we found our leveler. Now let's go find a winner. Easy. Patrick Cutrone. Oh, Michel. Great hand, son. quickly gets up and quickly kicks it on. That's great goalkeeping from Leonardo Michel. Oh, fantastic goal! Casadei would have finished. It all starts from Michel playing with pace, catching the ball, kicking it quick long, and whilst the breakaway kind of breaks down, Moses down the left flicks it in, but Cesar, Casadei, I tell you, the goals today have been sensational, man. Moses flips it in, and look at that, on the chest, then on the volley, into the bottom corner from double C. The goals today, honestly, a variety of different kind of goals, but so many have been so sweet. What a turnaround. Yep, in terms of a variety of different type of goals being scored, this episode has had a lot. Sensational team build-up, strikes from range, solo efforts, take your pick, and what we're picking up are 3 points away in Como. And for the first time this season, Bologna, on this fantastic run, still undefeated, and now top of the Serie A table. Long way to go though, of course, so not taking this for granted and keeping our feet firmly on the ground. Right, there's still a couple more games. We'll end on match day 3 of the Europa League phase following contest. 19th place Inter Milan, who are winless in their first 7 games, off to an abysmal start. It's surprising that we're in pole position. It's more surprising these guys are in the bottom 3. Let's see if they can get their first win here and inflict our first loss on us at the Stadio Renato Dall'Ara. Our penultimate game today, Inter, off to an abysmal start in Bologna. Forza Bologna. Can't really understand why they've had such a bad start to the season as well. That's the thing. It's like their team is world class. Like this team could go deep in the Champions League. So I don't know. Don't know why they've got to a bad start. They just have. But even so, by the way, the kits. I think I said this a couple of years ago when we came up against Inter in the Champions League with Ipswich. Like, they're so bad as Benjamin Sesko drills in the opener for the visitors. But, like, there's a snake on the shirt. And it's like, what? Like, I don't mean to sound a bit kind of snobby here. But, like, to me, I understand why the licensing means that we can't have their actual kits and their actual badges. I get that. It's a shame. But, like, if you're going to make them generic, couldn't you make them look kind of okay? Like, these just look absolutely awful, seriously. It just breaks away from the immersion, you know, it really does. And it's like, I don't know why it's so hard for them to create decent generic kits and badges. And I think I said before that maybe the likeness has to be so far away from the official, you know, crest and kit design. But, like, come on, there must be some way to make it look a little better, surely, without breaching copyright. It's like, oh, it just looks, dare I say it, it looks a bit childish. Do you know what I mean? There's Koleosho, flicks through Hassan, and Moses is denied as it's cleared away. Still down by 1, and this will be really disappointing if our first loss of the season comes at home to a side winless to begin the campaign. It might be a world-class... Oh, hang on. Oh, come on. It might be a world-class team, but this should not be happening. Well, as we know, these can be the hardest games to win as Cesar pops it out wide to Moses, getting some joy down that left-hand side. Molina is there to win it back. Oh, poor pass. Oh, what a gift given up, but Koleosho turns in the rebound. A little bit lucky, but we'll take it. Back on level terms. So second half underway. Once again, needing to come from behind if we are to claim the win. Done that a couple of times already this episode, let alone this season. As Hassan finds Cesar. Oh, he should have tried to squeeze it in. Sissoko smashes one just over the crossbar. Plenty of time to win this though, and we've done it twice already, so why can't we do it again? I often say it, you learn through evidence, done it before, we can do it again. Careful, careful, careful. Well in, Fabian. And Giovanni. Plays a great through ball. He's on. He's on. And Moses bends in the goal to give us the lead and put us in front for the first time. 3rd game in 6. We've come from behind to lead. The Tanzanian winger with his 2nd of the season. Bologna in front for the first time. Last chance for Inter. Come on, don't concede, don't concede. Salcedo gets a shot away, Michel. palms it away at the near post, and I think that will do it. Just got to defend this corner, and it will be... Oh, Michel, just about. Oh, that's the final whistle. Come on. 3 points for Bologna as we stay top. Had to grind it out against a winless Inter and once again come from behind to claim the dub, but we've got it. Massive, massive win and a statement made. The future is now and the times are changing. Bologna are staying top of the table courtesy of Hassan's winning goal. That was a tense ending, but we held on. Right, let's do one more game and we'll close out on this match day 3 of the Europa League phase. We're after 1 win and 1 draw in our first 2 games. Now travelling to Scotland to hopefully get our first away victory in Europe this season. Yep, so Johnston away as we aim to close the episode out. Still undefeated in both the League and Europa League to start the season off. Impressive start. Let's end the episode that way. Forza Bologna. Did a great club and country with St Johnston in Scotland. God, it was like 8 years ago now. It's mad to think how long the time has gone, but it was so fun. We had old man Barry and Stevie McLean. It was good fun. And yeah, so I'd always have a bit of a soft spot for club and country, for St Johnston because of that. You know, I say this a lot. Like when you do a career mode of a team and you really enjoy it, sometimes you develop a bit of a soft spot for that club, and it will remain for as long as time. But anyway, right now, this man is showing with time on his side, he's got the potential to be one of the best midfielders in just a couple of years in world football. I'm calling it now. Sarkisian with another. It is 4 for the season already, and this Armenian box-to-box is absolutely flying right now. First in Europe, but 3 in the league. He is looking as special as I thought he would be when we first laid eyes on him at Palermo. He's off to a flyer. It's going to be Ozalewski. And now Ferguson with the 1-2. Bellini's there. He'll find him. And now to Moses. Who offloads. And Bellini with space to let fly. Should have banged in the second. It's all Bologna though. That second goal is definitely coming. I must say, I really like how they've remodelled a couple of generic stadiums for this year, by the way, and I have to give EA some credit for this too. Court Lane, which is the generic stadium we're playing at right now. Well, I don't like how that guy is levitating on the... Okay. Alright. Yeah, Court Lane had been the same design for all the years it had been in the game, but now they've Hassan, great effort. Now they've remodeled it for the new year. It looks really good, really good. And I love how again they've remodeled some generic stadiums, including this one, man, to make them look a bit more realistic, I guess, and a little better as well. Anyway, Hassan with the second, 2-2 for Moses, and that's going to do it. Yeah, Court Lane originally looked like a stadium you would have seen in the 1920s, like 100 years ago, you know. But it still looks old, yet somewhat now modern. I don't know how to describe it. It looks like how do I describe this? It looks like an old modern stadium. What? I don't know how to describe it. But anyway, leading by 2 here. And as things stand, it's good. Oh, what on earth happened there? As Cancellieri goes down, it's going to be another win for Bologna to stay unbeaten to start the season off. I think that'll be a bruise for Cancellieri too. Yeah, look at the stadium. It's been slightly refurbished. It's still the design, but it's not how it used to look. It's modern, yet it still looks old. I don't know how to describe it, but even so, these points are in the bag. And it will be great work from Hassan, and Raimondo almost got the third. An extension of our unbeaten run in what has been a tremendous start to the season. Only negative is the injury to Cancellieri, but again, I think it will just be a bruise. And right now, this has been phenomenal from Bologna. I could not have asked for a better start for our tenure here in Italy. Oh, who else has gone down though? Who's that for? Who's gone down now? What's happened there as well? Is that a Coley that went down and St Johnston are through to get a goal back? 8 to hold on, but what happened there? We've got to concentrate here as well because there's 3 minutes to go and St Johnston are going for a level, and this will be a really disappointing end to what was otherwise a highly successful episode. Let's not throw this away here. Cross to the far post, Michel with the claim, and that will do it. as we will hold on to the 3 points and we'll take it. Slight scare, but we will take the 3 points. And that will do it for today's episode of Career Mode, guys. Big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. I will return in the next one. We'll see how bad the injuries are for Cancellieri and Coyote. Mostly backup players, but even so, that small squad, little concerning. We'll have more games in the Europa League, match days 4 and possibly 5, and more games in the Serie A as well. Aim to stay top of the table. Have a great day, guys. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.